Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode. This time we're rambling about Beyblade. Beyblade. Beyblade, the original trilogy and the Metal Trilogy. And what we're rambling about today is just mainly my experience with the Metal Trilogy. And by my experience with it is because I think you and me, if you're on this video, you clicked on it, you're like, oh, hey, Beyblade, Metal Trilogy, and the original trilogy. I mean, you and me, we may share something in common. We both were like, Metal Trilogy? No. No. What, what are you doing to the original trilogy? Eh, we're supposed to get 4 seasons, maybe even 5 seasons, man. It's gonna be great. But wait, no, you can't. No. Metal Trilogy. No, it, it looks all plastic now. And the main character has a freaking helium balloon voice. What? No, no. Did you have that same reaction? I maybe a little bit over exaggerated, but my reaction was essentially that, just toned down a lot. Because honestly, who wanted this? Who wanted metal fusion, metal masters, metal fury? Who wanted it? Who wanted it? I didn't want it. And I just put the Metal Trilogy off for so long. I don't think I actually ended up watching it myself until way past it was ended, and like the new series had started up, and I think was on its second season. But there was something about me watching, bits and pieces of it that I found myself thinking, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and you know what? If I end up liking it, hey, that's amazing. But I know I'm gonna dislike it because it's not what I remember, and it's not what I want. It's this plastic. The bit beasts aren't even bit beasts. They're just cosmetics. It's like a freaking loot box. It's a loot box, but it's Beyblade. But it's loot boxes. It's essentially what it feels like. I know it's not really that. They do have purpose, but it just didn't feel like they had purpose like the Bit Beast did in the original. And the only character I even really liked in the Metal Trilogy was Ryuga, and he was the only really one I wanted to watch the show for. In terms of before I even watched the show. The little bits and pieces that I saw had Ryuga, and he was pretty cool, and I wanted to know more about his character. So I started watching it, and by God, by God, I think it's Kane. Um, by God, I think it's actually good, and by God, it is good. But how is this good? There's no way. There's no way it's good. But then it is, and it's blowing my mind. And I'm like, it's good. What? I think Metal Masters was what really sold it for me. I think Metal Masters and I didn't expect to like Jinka or Ginka, however you pronounce it. I didn't think I was gonna like him. The helium balloon voice just it's just such a weird voice for a character, but honestly it worked. All the side characters worked. The main villains worked. Maybe not so much in Fury, but it still worked enough. Ryuga is definitely the best character in the series. I still think maybe Kai is the best in the franchise, but who knows? It's like the camera moving. Like, what the hello? I don't know why I'm moving. It looked like the camera's moving there. Maybe I was just moving and it just looked like the shadows is moving. The shadows in the night. Speaking of shadows, the theme song. this this I was just listening to it the other day actually. Because I was listening to the Digimon theme songs all in English, the Yu-Gi-Oh theme songs all in English, and I decided, hey, why not? Let's listen to the Beyblade theme songs. And it's just so funny, like the original trilogy through Beyblade, V Force, and G Revolution, they're all the same theme songs. And you would think, oh, with metal, the metal, the metal trilogy, oh, they'll probably just do the same and just have the exact same theme song. But it's not. It's not because they changed one word. Or I guess they changed one word multiple times. Because they say in the Metal Fusion opening, they're like Metal Fusion, and they say that over and over. And then in Masters, they change it to Metal Masters, and then Fury and yada yada. I ended up liking it, and I still don't know. I still don't understand why I liked it. Probably Ryuga. Ryuga is just such a cool character. Maybe because he reminds me of Kai so much. Just that anti hero. But you just can't help but love him. Because he's the anti hero. Oh, jeez. I don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, it's just so good. It's just I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, we can be like serious here and say the Metal Trilogy is not better than the original. I think there are aspects to it that are good, and maybe even beats out some parts in the original Beyblade. Not like that's too hard to do. There are some bad in Yu-Gi-Oh. There's some bad in Beyblade, but I don't know. Beyblade Metal Trilogy just kind of pulls no punches, and I think that's just kind of what makes it good. Like it doesn't really like it knows that it's garbage. No, I'm just kidding. It knows, it's that plastic look to the Beyblades, and it's not, like G Revolution made them look metal, and they made them look, destructive. Like you could actually believe that damage was being done. And the Metal Trilogy, they always just looked plastic, and they didn't look good. They looked fine. They just didn't look like they had any punch to them. Like in particular in G Revolution, like the very last half of G Revolution, and they got their new Beyblades to combat the final, the final teams, the final villains. They had this just they I'm pretty sure they were all small. but they all just looked like they just had like those ragged like metal parts to them, and they just looked like they were dangerous, dangerous. They just looked like they could just tear you a new one. Like they look like they could just like just rip your arm in half, my dude. In half? Just tear your arm off. I guess is what I'm going for. But I mean, that's what it did, and I don't know. The plastic feel of it just never appealed, at least to me. And over the course of the show, it never got to a point where I was like, yeah, these are better. No, these are worse. These are worse, and these don't even compare to any of the original trilogy. But the story did kind of balance it out. It did. It did balance it out. It balanced it out. Oh. Look at my doggies. Look at my doggies. Oh, look at them sleeping. I probably shouldn't be like talking in their general direction. Not like I was, but oh, hey, you're so cute. I should just leave the video on them, but I'm not because I gotta respect their privacy, you know. Now I've lost my like camera direction, but whatever. You don't need to see these books. I mean, I guess you could. It doesn't really matter. How did I even have this? Whatever. Oh, you know what? Go. Kind of like make me look like I'm doing a dance. I'm stupid. Closing remarks. I guess. Do I have anything else to add to this? I mean this whole video really is just don't judge the book by its cover. That's the whole point. Because if you do, you may be missing out on something that you could potentially think of as your favorite movie, your favorite book, your favorite TV show. Don't judge the book by its cover. Just take the plunge. I did with Metal Trilogy, and I ended up liking it. And I ended up like, damn, that's good. It's like my lips are bleedy or something. I don't know. It's weird. And you're like, chat bomb. Chat bomb! Jeez. Did I just kill your ears or something? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys.